Hello, hello, and welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, and we are inside today's digital products webinar workshop pop-up experience so that I can talk to you about how you can create 7 offers, well, 7 types of offers in 72 hours. This is definitely one of my favorite conversations. We all have superpowers. I believe that mine is QC, quickly creating quality content. And if you want to do that like yours truly, then you are in for a treat. So let's dig into our session today, starting with our agenda. As always, I like to recommend that you're in a quiet space. You've got a notebook or my personal preference, a Google document open. I always say go over to docs.google.com so you can create a Google Doc and then brain dump all the ideas that you come up with. I love Google Docs. They're just so easy to navigate when I'm on the go via the app or to search through your content. Now, I'm a stationary kind of a girl. Writing in notebooks is kind of my thing, but 20 plus years, that's a lot of notebooks. So it's definitely easier to get into the habit of writing your content in notes or Google Docs so that they are searchable when you need to go back to that information. And of course, while we are checking in our session for today, feel free to either email susansense@gmail.com, number one, or number two, if you got questions, you can always go over to the SusanSense.com website and click the Gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. So let's jump into our session for today. Here is the agenda in a nutshell. What I want to do is encourage you to work on your content creation efforts. You know, Sister Sense is all about helping you make sense of making money online. So hopefully this session is right on time for those of you looking to create your first or next set of digital products. I love to talk about easy, irresistible offers because digital can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes when there are a lot of moving parts and ideas. And so I want to be able to share some simple strategies that you can use, specifically digging into the FAST methodology. FAST is my method to content creation, and FAST stands for Formulas, Automation, Systems, and Templates. So we're going to dig into 7 digital product ideas that you can try over a 72-hour period. My goal is that you can find at least one of these that works for you and then challenge yourself to work on that one particular project over a 72-hour period. And of course, as always, what I'm going to do is share some of my favorite templates, tools, and techniques with you. Again, friendly reminder, as we go through today's session, either check in with me via the chat, unmute yourself. You can post in our Facebook group. If you're not a member, join over at firestarters.susansense.com. Again, via the Facebook group or email, voice message, however you need to reach out to and connect to me. Baby, I am here to intentionally support. So let's do it. Let's jump into our 7 offers. I'm going to break down each of these for you and then share some visuals in between of what you can do to work on putting these together. So the first one here is the Easy ebook bundle. Okay, I want to create a space where you are increasing your profit per sale by selling 1, 2, 3, more than a few offers at once, right? So I call this the BBBs, the Big Beautiful Bundles, please, right? Working on creating your big beautiful bundles with multiple digital products that you can package and share with your audience, right? Especially those of you who already have quite a few things that you can repurpose. Hopefully you can find some recommendations in today's conversation that is helpful to you. So the Easy ebook bundle, just to give you a quick example, would be something like putting together an ebook and then pairing that with a low content workbook that they can print out and utilize, and then a bonus to go with that. And that bonus could be anything that you want. It could be a BOGO where you gave them one ebook and then you're going to say, here's another ebook as a bonus. It could be an audio, a cheat sheet. Honestly, baby, it's up to you, right? So option number one is to consider putting together an easy ebook bundle with your ebook, workbook, and bonus combination. Now, one of the things that we have been talking about quite a bit this year is AI and how you can use something like Canva's Magic Write tool in Canva Docs, or utilize something like ChatGPT to assist you in writing your book. As a matter of fact, we talked about in several sessions that I did this year how to go over to ChatGPT and, number one, ask the AI for ideas based on your industry of an ebook that you can put together, number one. And then number two, ask the AI to outline the ebook for you. Number three, baby, you can even ask the AI to write paragraphs for each of the sections for you, right? And of course, you should do your due diligence to review all the content, edit it to really make it your own. But with the help of AI, you could certainly work on putting together an ebook. Now, workbooks, what do people do with them? They work in them, right? So then you could go a step further and say, okay, AI, based on this ebook that I'm putting together, can you give me a list of questions that I can ask my reader, and then pull that question or that set of questions into another document. Now, I've got quite a few ebooks, workbooks, planners, templates, all the things inside of my template hub. And like I said, templates for me make it relatively easy to quickly work on an ebook, right? Now, I'm talking about something that is on the low end, somewhere between 20 to 60 pages. And to be honest with you, I like to write. So this is actually something that you could literally do from scratch without AI assistance. But if you were to use something like ChatGPT, you could use it to give you some ebook ideas, help you outline it, write the content, and even come up with some questions that you can turn into a complimentary workbook, right? Now, something else to consider when it comes to this whole conversation is I'm talking about building bundles. The first one being the ebook, workbook, bonus conversation, right? But there are a few other things that you can do. Number one, you can create a series where you can give them 3 ebooks in a bundle, right? 3, 5, 7 ebooks in a bundle, right? Especially if you already have them, number one. Or number two, what you can do is use simple transcription tools to help you quickly get the content out of you and into the world, right? So several things that I oftentimes talk about when it comes to writing ebooks is, number one, in Google, you can actually use the Google Voice tool, speak into the microphone, and it will type it out for you, number one. Or my other favorite, number two, is to simply sit down and record what you want to say in audio format. And you could literally use something like Otter AI to transcribe your audio into written content. So if you are looking to seriously write 1, 2, 3 short form ebooks that you can share with your audience, especially if you want to build it out into a bundle, whether you repurpose content you already have, use a transcription tool, or use AI, or record the audio, and then again, as I mentioned just a while ago, have that transcribed. Those are some things that you can do to quickly work on creating an ebook, workbook, bonus combination, or creating an ebook bundle. Now, I'm curious, those of you who are here, are there any people currently here who have ebooks? And you probably may have more than one ebook that you could potentially put into a bundle. So some of you don't even have to actually write the content. It's already there. What you could do is take several of the ones that you've created and bundle them. So for example, I have a series on how to stay paid. That was one ebook. How to stay productive, another ebook. How to stay positive, and that series is actually a set. If you were to go over to sistersense.com/stay paid or sistersense.com/stay productive, you'd see where you could either sign up and purchase those individual ebooks or the whole set as a bundle, okay? So let me know if you have ebooks that you've produced that you could possibly bundle, number one, or if you have the bandwidth to sit down and work on an ebook bundle, number two. Now, what I'm actually going to do is as we go through today's session, I actually want to share with you the everything offer. This is an irresistible template set that I've put together for clients who are looking to quickly package their digital products and get them out into the world. And there are actually two versions of this everything offer, and I'm going to show you number one. This is the first set. It's got 47 pages in there, number one, and then here is the second set with 47 pages, number two. I actually want to show you a few things that you could do. So for example, let's look at zooming in here a little bit, okay? So I'm looking for this one. This one's a great one if you wanted to have your ebook cover and then kind of showcase some of the pages in the background, and then you have your three items that you could put here and the person could click the link, number one. Or number two, let's say you have one book in particular and just kind of want to highlight inside of the pages. That's option another one for you. I'm trying to scroll to one with three. Okay, so here, this is another option, right? So let's say you've got 3 ebooks and you want to sell it as a set, right? Some of you have your stuff already uploaded in the cloud somewhere, maybe on Google Drive, and you can easily use this document to find a page that would be perfect for you. Now, 3 is the starter, right? But some of you may have more than that. You can do an ebook bundle with 5 ebooks, or a bundle with up to 7, right? Up to 7 on that one page. Of course, you can duplicate these pages and build out as many as you want. I've sold bundles for as little as $5 and as much as $500. My Ultimate Girl Boss bundle retails at $4.97, and baby, it's got a lot of good in there, right? So depending upon how much you can produce or how much you already have that you could repurpose, using something like this to help you get your content out there. You can use this one if you want to just highlight the covers of your books. This is a set of 5. And I do have another style for the book covers that I want to share with you. Let's see here. Okay, so this is another style here where you could actually lay out a set of 6 books if you wanted people to be able to see them, access them, and click them. Okay, we're going to go through this guide and I'll show you how to edit it in just a bit. But what I really want to do first is walk you through some of these 7 digital product ideas, okay? So the first one was the Easy ebook bundle number 1. The second one is a best of bundle number 2, okay? So this is for those of you who do have content that you've already produced, and you can put together a best of collection of that series. This is even better for those of you who beyond ebooks have other forms of content like printables or audios, and maybe you've got video content and you want to be able to build something out for your audience. So for example, I'm doing this pop-up today. And I'm actually going to be doing several pop-ups as part of my Finish Strong, Start Stronger annual series that I do. I can easily take that whole series. Let's say I do 5 sessions for that, right? This is the second one. The first one we did was the Finish Strong Challenge, and now 7 offers in 72 hours. Then create a package where I'm putting all of those into one thing, right? So that's something that you can consider as well. Those of you who, again, do have content to repurpose and not just PDF but in other formats, that might be the option for you, number 2. The next one here is what I like to call the everything offer, okay? Offering them everything but the kitchen sink, okay? One of the things that I have put together is my Insider Circle program, number 1, and my Black Friday bundle, number 2. And I'm going to show those to you in a second, but before I do, I want to, again, remind you that this is about building out bundles that you could sell for a few dollars or a few $100s, depending upon how innovative you are at putting your bundles together, okay? So for the everything offer, pretty much physical content, digital content, coaching, services, events, bonuses. There's so much that you could put in this thing. Really, there wasn't enough room for me to actually list out the things, okay? It's basically you thinking about all the things that you do and you offer and bundling pretty much everything into an amazing offer for your audience, okay? So as you're thinking about these, I'm going to go over to I'm going to go over to the browser real quick, and I'm going to go to sistasense.com/ICP, okay? ICP is my Insider Circle program. It's a 12-month experience, and it's an opportunity for clients who are looking for a combination of coaching, web design, graphics design, tech support. They want to come out to my in-person events. They want to work with me privately. They want to get some products done with my support, pretty much all the things, right? So it says we'll be working on one digital product, one print-on-demand product. You can come out to one of my 3-day weekend workshops. You get access to my Citizen Circle for 12 months. You get the Breakthrough Bundle, the Jumpstart Your Business program, the Digital Boss Academy, all of these things inside this experience, right? And then I explain what the Breakthrough Bundle is, what the big bonus is, and just kind of break down what this particular offer includes, number 1. And I also, visuals help, right? I also added visuals of like some of the publications, the print-on-demand publications I help clients work on, some of my clients hanging out with me here in North Carolina for my events. When we did the last training, I talked about A-plus content, which you can Google or YouTube. It's actually something that has become very popular as far as Amazon KDP. And outside of uploading products to Amazon for publishing and printing, being able to add mock-ups and visuals, because as research has shown, those visuals help you convert 20 to 30% more. Not just having the digital product and a cover, but really deep diving in to show people what your good goods is all about. And I'm going to take you back into the Everything Offer template content creation kit in just a second. But before I do, I want you to think about everything that you offer, and could you potentially put a mix of things together for your audience? Could you mail them a box? Do you have physical products? Do you have digital products? We're going to talk about tools throughout today's session. But one of my favorite tools is Sticker Mule, and it's a great platform for packaging, for stickers, for branding, the stuff that you want to ship to your audience. You can even get physical products done through them as well. If you want to take a look at Sticker Mule #1 or even try it out through me, you can get a $10 credit by going to SizzleSense.com/SM10, which stands for Sticker Mule $10. Okay. And again, that link is SizzleSense.com/SM10. Okay. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to continue to share some tools with you. But before I do, let's think about what you could potentially put into an everything offer. Okay. So here is SizzleSense.com/Black Friday. So let's take a look at my Black Friday bundle, another example of how can you give your people your best stuff, right? Now, this particular bundle includes several things. I love to create DIY content, mainly templates for my audience. So I love that I can put together these bundles. There's the Brand New Pages, which is a collection of templates. These are Canva web pages that you can quickly put together with my templates. There's this big bundle on branding in there. The sexiest thing that I have in here is 10 one-on-one clarity calls with yours truly, the annual planning workshop, plus a ton of bonuses, being able to unlock the courses in my Digital Boss Academy, and of course, getting a jump start on getting back on track. So some of my clients are with me every single week, right? Some of y'all are checking in, participating, and some people have kind of sparingly every month or every couple of months checked in and taken advantage of trainings. If you've missed anything that I've put together for this year in the Citizen Circle, in the Template Hub, in the Mastermind, in the Wealth Builders Bootcamp, you just kind of unlock all of that as part of this experience, right? One of the things that I often say is confused buyers don't buy. So when I put together these bundles, number one, I like to think of it as the no-brainer solution, because then you don't have to pick and choose different things. You get all the things in one solid solution, number one. Number two, I always love to encourage clients to email me or send me a voice message if they need clarity, so that I can either add an FAQ section or modify my audio. A lot of sales pages will have video. I've created and coined what I call ASL, audio sales letters, so that outside of whatever text I have, I can in some way share a deeper understanding of what's here, right? And also making sure to give people the opportunity to either pay in full or in parts. There are just kind of multiple options on this particular page, okay? Now, it starts at being able to purchase the one-time offer or break it up into 3 parts, right? Then also, I've included other things. So when you're building out your everything bundle, you can have other things that the person on your sales page may be interested in. In my case, I have a subscription program, my Citizen Circle monthly program, which is going to be going up to $97 very soon. Right now it's $47, so ladies can lock in that rate before it goes up, right? And then I have another bundle, right? So there's like the Black Friday bundle and then the Digital Boss bundle. Now, if I were to add all of these things into the cart, then the person, there's even more. There's my 3-day weekend workshop. I added more things to this page. It comes up to $14.44. Like if someone says, man, I want to come out to LaShonda's workshop, I'm going to get a discount on that. She's going to set up some print products for me, all the things. It goes from $4.97 to $14.44 all on one page. So you think about what you want to include in that core offer, and then you also think about if there are separate offers that you would like to give them the opportunity to add onto the core cart as an upsell. And if you do want to also include the opportunity to pay in parts, these are all things to consider, okay? So, for example, I mentioned a few days ago I was working with one of my clients, Cynthia, and she is setting up early registration for her workshop that she did, her conference that she did this year. She's got early registration right now available for next year, right? And so one of the things that we talked about were, what are the options are you going to give them? We talked about her VIP, that package, number one, and then a payment plan, number two. So people are able to register as a one-time offer versus a two-part payment, right? And this is set up in ConvertKit, which is great because you could pretty much do everything in one fell swoop. I have Samcart. I have ConvertKit. I love to do stuff in Samcart because there's a lot more features and things, but don't sleep on ConvertKit, right? It's great for email building, but you can do a lot as far as creating not only one-time offer, but subscriptions and payment plans as well, which is pretty awesome. So I want you to think about right now when it comes to what you could craft. Could you sit down and build out an everything offer within the next 72 hours? If you really thought about your best, sexiest stuff, things that you can repurpose, events, bonuses, working with you one-on-one. Some of you are like myself. You offer one-on-one sessions and a really meaty, juicy bundle. What would that include? Okay, so that is something that I want you to think about. And as I mentioned before, I do have this particular template, the Everything Content Creation Toolkit, right? And I'm so psyched about this thing because I've never done this before. I've never given you some of my Power PDFs all together. There's like one Power PDF that I've been sharing with y'all for years now, which starts off with just being able to have simple links. Let me just scroll through right here. So, okay, so being able to, customize it, change the cover graphic and have simple links. What I wanted to do was make something that was beyond simple and give you something that was super, super sexy, right? Because mock-ups do help, visuals do help, and you want to have something that really and truly people look at it and they go, I want that. So there's a table of contents if you want to have more than a few things in here. There's a section for that. And I have lovingly crafted these 3D mock-ups so that if you want to build out your bundle and really make it visually appealing, you can go for something simple, but if you do have pages that you want to showcase, or if you have different offers that you want to showcase. So I'm going to show you actually the one that I used for my Ultimate Girl Boss bundle, okay? This one right here. And then I put like some little succulents and all the things just to kind of really make it pop. But you can use these different templates that I've put together to showcase different aspects of your bundle and really make it stand out. Now, I will say this before we get back into the conversation around putting together your offers, picking one of these, because I'm giving you 7 to choose from, right? But my goal is that you can pick one of these and work on one of these within a 72-hour period. If you're looking for this set, the Everything Offer Content Creation Toolkit, right? It's currently at sistasense.com/everything. Now, there are 2 ways to get it. Either you can get my Black Friday bundle, number 1, or you can get the brand kit number 2 at sistersense.com/brand you. So if you get the brand kit or the Black Friday bundle, this is yours absolutely free. I have not yet given it its own home as a standalone product. As of now, it's exclusively available either as part of the brand kit or the Black Friday bundle, okay, if you're looking for this particular set. Now, there are 2 versions of this. Each of these are 47 pages each, so it's got a lot of content in here for you. I also wanted to make sure that you had featured pages as well so that you can really highlight different products as well as even showcase your client testimonials. So let's keep on keeping on as I want to continue to share 7 offers, irresistible offers that you can work on within a 72-hour period. We've gone through a few of these. Let's pause, reflect. I'm going to check in and see if any of these are of interest to you. And, of course, if you have any questions about the process, let me know. So far, we talked about easy ebook bundles, whether you create one bundle with an ebook workbook bonus, or maybe you give them 3, 5, or even 7 ebooks in one bundle, number 1, or a best of bundle number 2. Doesn't necessarily have to be ebooks, but some of the things that you've done in one collection. For example, I do my Back to Business virtual conference, right? So I can do, the best of Back to Business and put a set of those sessions inside of a bundle, right? Or number 3, the everything offer, baby, right? That's when you give them everything but the kitchen sink, your downloads, your coaching, your services, your events, your physical, your digital, your bonuses. You pack that thing. You supersize that thing. So you can go from, simple $7 or $27 offers to 500, 1,000 plus offers for your audience. My Insider Circle program starts at $9.97, and the Black Friday bundle starts at $4.97, right? So we're talking about how you can package and have a polished look to your offer, right? And really, can you sit down and brainstorm what this would look like within the next 72 hours, right? So whether you sell it now for the holiday season, an end-of-year offer, or a new year offer, my goal is for you to rev up your content creation efforts and increase your profit per sale. It's so great that things come full circle because we're coming to the end of the year. And at the start of the year, when I did my Fire Start Your Year workshop, the first thing I said was, I want you to think about your biggest offer and triple it. I want you to come up with 3 times the highest price point offer you have and then make an offer to fit that price point. You want more? Ask for more. Create the space for more. Start here, right? So the next thing that I want you to consider is putting together your own private podcast playlist, okay? I love doing webinars with you guys. I pretty much do these every single week, but I'm also an audio kind of a girl. As a mommypreneur, I'm always like, listen, y'all, I don't always want to get cute in front of the camera. So being able to hit record, say what I need to say, it's way easier than doing a video and writing a book, all the things. As a matter of fact, when I talk about my ABC method to content creation, A for me starts with audio, right? B, books and other things, books and bundles are second to audio, right? And so I mentioned in one of our last sessions that I'm going to talk about the trending things next month when we do our annual planning, getting ready for the new year, the things that I've noticed that are trending. And one of those trends is premium private podcasts. So outside of people creating the regular, degular, smegular public podcasts, They're creating some ones that are private. You have to have access to them, to that podcast through them to listen, and some that are premium where there is a price point attached onto it. And we talked about that quite a bit in one of the last sessions that I did. Whether you were there or not, if you like the idea of either recording a series of audios or repurposing audio content that you already have, you can upload it to Anchor, and or you can use Dropbox. Now, Anchor.fm, that's the old name. Spotify bought it over a few years ago, and for a little while they kept the name Anchor. Now it's like Spotify for podcast creators or something like that. I still call it Anchor.fm. But using that particular platform, you can sign up for a free account if you don't already have an account, so that you can record your content, or you can upload your audios to something like Dropbox and then link to them, right? And then once the person gets your PDF with your content, they can click, they can listen, and bam, boom, you're off to the races. And this is, to me, by far the easiest premium private podcast solution. You record your stuff, you upload it, and then you put the links in the document. That's it. You're done. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Right? I'll show you examples of this in a second. But before I do, I want you to think about, if you were to put together a premium podcast, who would it be for and what would you talk about, right? So I have one of my podcasts is called Daily Direction. I have another one called the Success Series. If I were to do a private podcast, I would probably do one on sales. That's something that people are always asking me about, number one. Or productivity, that's a big one, number two. So just kind of think about your target audience, something that they would really like to know about, and how you would break that down into a series of sessions to have a premium PDF audio playlist for them, okay? So let's keep on keeping on with this conversation for today. Let me pause and ask y'all a question. I see some of you guys are just coming in the room. I'm going to reset in just a minute. Do you see something here that you could feasibly do within a 72-hour period? Do you think that you could sit down and work on an ebook project, especially those of you who are either acclimated with AI, ChatGPT, and you can use it to help you write your content, or you have several ebooks and things that you've put together and you can easily build a bundle, right? The BBBs, big, beautiful bundles, please. Do you have other content beyond ebooks that you could put into a package of sorts? Any coaches, consultants who could literally offer their services, their coaching, their print, their physical, all the things into an everything offer, or sit down and record audio or take some of the best of your previous content and then share that with your audience in the form of a private podcast. Are any of these things that you can do? Okay, let me know. Drop into the chat so that I can see number one. And as you guys are checking in with me, because I do want to see, and make sure you screenshot so you can see that these are the 7 offers that you can put together in 72 hours. Like I said, we're going to go through these in more detail. And as we go through them, I'm showing you examples. So I just showed you examples of, number one, my Black Friday bundle. That's an everything offer. There's everything in there. And literally the price is amazing because you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I want to get access to your Digital Boss Academy. I want to get access to the trainings you did this year. I want to get access to your template hub. Baby, it's all in here, okay, right? So can you come up with the stuff that people go, I don't know which one to choose, right? They say, Yandel, Rhonda, Janelle, I don't know which one to choose. It's all in this thing, right? An all-in-one everything offer, number one. And number two, thinking about the bigness of it all. How big can you get, right? People say, how low can you go? Folks always dropping their digital offers to, fight competition. How big can you get, right? Creating not a product, but an irresistible offer that nobody else has, right? Where you stand out among the competition. I talked about a few days ago how I spent like $500 at Best Buy and bought several things. One of them was the Oculus. I'm excited about doing some Saber game and exercising on it. Back in the day, the Wii Fit was all the rave, and now this new thing kind of has me excited. But it's not that new. It's going to be a new thing for me, but it's not that new. I only mentioned them because they had an exclusive offer with the Oculus, which motivated me to get it. But I wasn't even in there for that. I was in there because my hubby was like, well, if you're going to go out looking at Black Friday stuff, can you look for the Fire Stick? I went to Walmart, and they were like, yeah, we don't sell the Fire Stick. You can only get that at Best Buy. And they got me in the door. I ended up buying the $25 Fire Stick, right? They had a $15 one, a $25 one, and a $50 one, right? Good, better, best, right? Are you giving people options? They gave me 3 options, and I wanted the middle option, right? So I got the one for $25. But of course, I'm walking around the damn store, and I end up spending $500 because that's what happens. They get you in the door, and now you're coming back for more. Can you create door busters, low price point entry offers, number 1? Can you build out your offer, number 2? And how big can you make it? So I talked about my 12-month Insider Circle program at SusanSense.com/ICP for Insider Circle program, working with me for 12 months, one-on-one, in person here in North Carolina, virtually all the things, starts at $9,995, right? So that is my big bundle, and a part of it is not just what it includes, it's the time frame as well. Looking at a 12-month experience or a 6-month or a 3-month. Working on your irresistible offers is certainly something that we could do together, like if you and I were sitting down and working together. But, of course, I'm trying to give you literally now everything in the kitchen sink just to be able to have my mind, like how I process out, how I put together these offers, whether it's a $47 offer, a $9.97, or a $9.9997. You know what I mean? Like, what do I think about when I make these offers and put them in these bundles? Okay. I wanted to be able to share those recommendations with you. So think about what you're looking for right now. What you're looking for. Number 1, I said to you, let me know which of these offers is sounding like something you may want to put together. Drop that into the chat, number 1. And number 2, when it comes to creating an irresistible offer, right, what price point would you feel comfortable with right now? I always like to say, though, keep in mind, your next level begins where your comfort level ends. But if you were to work on putting together some sort of everything offer, or maybe you have a bundle of sorts based on what I'm talking about today, would it be at the $27 to $47 level, maybe $97, $197 to $297, $297 to $497, $497 to $997, right? Maybe you go a step further. You create $4,997, right? Or $9,997, right? What price point is hitting you where you feel like realistically you could put something together? And realistically is the key, because here's the thing, right? I was the sister girl entrepreneur who was very scared to charge more than like $100 for anything. I'm just keeping it real. Back in the day, number 1. And number 2, when people would just say, raise your prices, it was something that I didn't know how to do. I couldn't process raise prices by just taking what I do at those low price point rates and just doubling and tripling the prices. It didn't make any sense to me. It didn't compute. What computed was this, putting together a bundle where I could say, you're going to get this, this, and this. And I could feel confident because I know that I'm putting all of this of me into this thing. Like one or two things just didn't hit for me, and being able to create what I call the BBBs, the big beautiful bundles, I felt more confident behind those offers, right? I was actually talking to a client a few days ago, and she was like, man, LaShonda, I was working on something, and it was like, ugh, it didn't have enough for me. I felt like it needed some more. And baby, after our 60 minutes, she was like, why didn't I call you before? Why didn't I call you like weeks ago to beef that thing up? And she felt confident about it. Because keep in mind, if you're not confident about your offers, I don't care what price point you put on it, 1,000, 10,000. You say, LaShonda, girl, I'm going for my 50,000, and then you don't go for it because you scared to sell it, right? So being able to create something that you are confident about and it looks polished, it has the things that you want, that's what I want for you. Oh, forgive me. I just saw you guys said no sound. Sorry about that. Um, I was saying the next thing that I wanted to talk about with you is the Simple Summit, okay? And the Simple Summit is you putting together a virtual event where you have anywhere between 5 to 7 speakers, and it's pre-recorded sessions. So it's not you being overly technical. You don't have to go live with multiple people and figure out Zoom and teleconferencing or webinar presentations and have a tech support team. None of those things. They don't have to fly. They don't have to take a train or a plane, get a hotel, none of those things. They can one-click easy access, and you can create an irresistible offer for your audience that not only you will promote, but your fans will promote because they'll be excited about your summit, and your speakers will promote that as well, right? So you want to think about when it comes to you creating offers, can you potentially put together a simple summit? Now, I'm going to show you 2 examples in just a second of ones that I've put together, but this is literally something that you can produce within a 72-hour period, even if you don't get all your speakers within that period. How can you do that? Well, first and foremost, you can come up with a tentative list of the people that you want to be speakers, number one. Number two, of course, you should be speaking. It's your event. So you should either be the headliner or one of the headliners, right? Number two. Number three, even if you don't get 7 speakers, let's say you get 4 speakers, right? And then you personally do 3 sessions. It's still a 7-session summit, right? And you get more opportunities to be at the forefront of your sessions. So those are things to keep in mind. Now, you can also pre-sell it, let people know when it's going to be released. And again, this is nothing to do with you doing something on a day-by-day basis or live or anything. You map it out. You come up with a list of people you want to reach out to. You get your speakers. You schedule a time to record their session. Ideally, either a Zoom video, if you like Zoom video, or a simple audio. Do you have to do presentation style? No, because presentations are extra work. If you want to do presentations, or if you know how to knock it out within that 72-hour period, but you don't have to, you can literally keep it simple and just do audio recordings or simple talking head Zoom video recordings. Outside of that, my personal go-to for speakers and recording content or pre-recording multi-speaker videos is StreamYard. I absolutely love the platform because not only can you use it to go live across multiple platforms, you can showcase multiple speakers on the screen. So, by the way, one of the things I said I was going to do today is drop several of my favorite tools on you. I shared with you, number one, Sticker Mule, which is great for branded packaging at SystemSense.com/SM10. You can get a $10 credit from yours truly, number one. Number two, when it comes to podcasting, I absolutely love Anchor. You don't have to even upload them live so that they're public. If you want to do a private podcast, record them on Anchor, download them without actually publishing them live, or just record and then upload them to Dropbox. Number three, I mentioned to you that when it comes to selling, I personally love to sell my products on Samcart sales pages. This is SystemSense.com/Samcart if you want to try it out through me. But if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, you could sell products and build your list through ConvertKit at SystemSense.com/ConvertKit. Outside of Sticker Mule, outside of ConvertKit, Samcart, and Anchor, if you're looking to interview people for a summit outside of Zoom, you can use StreamYard. And if you don't know that platform and you're curious, you can try it out for free through me over at SystemSense.com/SY, which stands for StreamYard. Again, I use it mainly for going live across platforms. So if I want to go live on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube all at once, I can do that through StreamYard, but you don't have to publish it live. You can just record and then save the download. So, for example, when I was speaking for Community, which was a virtual event that Kim Coles did, she didn't do it live. She actually pre-recorded the sessions through StreamYard. When I was speaking for April's event, her Epic conference, she did that live, and we did that through Zoom. When I do my Back to Business conference, I do mine live, and I do that through what we're using right now, which is Start Meeting. So there are several platforms that you can use, many of which are relatively budget-friendly. But for this, you can use whatever, floats your boat, right? If you just want to do audio, or if you want to do, like, presentation style, that, to me, takes a little bit more. It's not hard. It's just, in addition to them speaking, they have to have presentations ready. You don't have to have it all ready within the 72-hour period. You could simply get your speakers together, your theme together, package it together, and then say, hey, this is going to be available at XY date in the future. I'm going to pause so that, number one, I can answer your questions, and then number two, I can show you some examples. Would it be in 1 day or 7 days? This is not in days. So this is just an XYZ summit with up to 7 speakers, right? You get all your recordings, you put it in your document, you're done. You're done. No automated sequence, no sending out an email a day, here are the speakers of the day. No, here's the conference call information. You give them the links, whether they click a link and watch individual speaker videos, or they click links and listen to individual speaker audios. I personally like to upload my audios to Dropbox and my videos to YouTube. You do what you need to do, but we want to make it simple and straightforward. How do you upsell or sell? Oh, I got it. Good. How do you upsell or sell additional offers when pre-recorded? Can you please share how to do it? Yeah, absolutely. So there are different things that you can do if you are going to have a pre-recorded summit, right? Now, just to kind of clarify, so Faye is asking, when a lot of people do live events, they sell from the stage, right? I've made a lot of money from the stage. Or when they're doing a virtual event live, they sell while people are live, right? It's got that real-time feel to it, right? When you are doing pre-recorded sessions, there are different things that you can do very similar to a live, okay? Now, first thing is, okay, I don't have a list here, so I'm just going to say it. You guys can kind of write it down. The first thing would be the GBB, good, better, best, right? So you could say, hey, you can sign up and you can get all sessions in this summit for X dollars, number one. Or number two, you can sign up and get these sessions plus the VIP experience. I have either a special headliner that is not in the regular summit set, or I have 3 or 4 sessions that I'm going to break down ... VIP style. So think about it. In-person events, they may have a headliner that people go, oh, I definitely want to hear so-and-so speak. That's an exclusive upsell, right? Or they'll have a VIP day. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, girl, I know what she's talking about on that VIP day. I also want that as well, number one. Number two, BOGOs, right? Especially if, let's say, for example, and I know for a fact that you've done summits before, you're in a space where you could say, here, I'm going to give you this summit, right? And then you can, if you get like the upsell, the VIP experience, I'm going to gift you with that VIP experience my last summit replays as well. So you're going to get 2, right, as part of this experience. Now, depending upon who you are and what you have, I like that. Good. There are so many things you can add on. I can say, hey, the theme of this summit is how to turn your content into cash flow, which is something that I have used as a theme quite a bit, right? If that's something that you want to do, sign up for the summit, or sign up for the summit plus a one-on-one session with me so that I can directly answer your questions about turning your content into cash flow, right? Maybe one of your speakers is willing to do some free sessions for your people specifically, and then you add that to your VIP bundle. Or they give you some swag. Now, they give you swag. You can already add their digital swag as part of the regular bundle or upsell it. Sometimes when I have my virtual experiences, I'll say, hey, why stop at the summit? Click here, and then you're going to get 30 days or 90 days inside of my program, right? It really is about what you can add onto the experience to make it more valuable for your audience. But you can certainly upsell. Now, inside of the summit itself, right? Let's say I'm talking about content to cash flow, and one of my sessions is on this. I'm going to tell you 7 ways to create an offer in 72 hours, right? During that session, as I'm doing now, I might just say to you, hey, go and get the template. If you don't have it, get the content creation kit so you can create these offers and package them like me. Go to citizens.com/brand-u to get the brand kit, or go to citizens.com/Black Friday to get the Black Friday bundle. Now, here's one thing I'll say. I'm giving you an example, right? So that's why I mentioned those, because literally the template set that I'm showing you today is that's where it is. However, if I were to do a summit, I would probably not mention Black Friday or any date that is not evergreen. So if it's the brand new bundle, yeah, no problem. But I wouldn't mention things that are evergreen that won't be around for a while, because this is a pre-recorded summit that will be used as evergreen content. So being mindful of anything that you offer, if it is going to be for a limited time, you may not want to include it as an upsell, or you may want to turn it off for only those people who get the summit at a certain time period. Just being mindful of evergreen content versus things that are limited because they're time specific. Okay, so to reiterate, I was just giving the example, and I was talking about Black Friday, but if I was doing a pre-recorded summit, I would want people to be able to buy it any time of day, any time of year. I wouldn't mention certain things that are limited time seasonal offers that if they go to it, they might not get to it because it might be closed. Okay? So hopefully that's helpful to you as far as some recommendations when it comes to potentially putting together your own simple summit, but then it was? Okay, good. But then adding on upsells. Great questions, by the way. Keep them coming if you guys have any other questions. I'm going to check the chat again in a second. But before I do, let me go over to two things. So let's look at this. Sister Sense. MYM. Okay. So this is an example of a simple summit that I did a few years back, Maintain Your Momentum. And I had myself speak, obviously, and then several other ladies in the circle. And I had their sessions here. And I actually did this as like a 5-day summit with different speakers every day. Am I telling you to do days? Absolutely not. I want you to record your sessions, and then when they purchase the summit, they automatically get to listen to everything all at once, okay? And these are just some examples of graphics of the speakers and things. I'm going to show you how you can put this together in just a second using the Everything Content Creation Kit that I have for you. Number one, this is one example. And then number two, my annual Back to Business virtual conference. Oh, what is happening here? This is new. Did I write it correctly? Okay, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that was happening. I may need to double check that URL. Maybe it was off. Let me try it one more time because that was weird. Am I writing something wrong? Okay, that's a me problem. I will check that domain in a second because I don't know what's going on there. But this is my Back to Business annual virtual conference, right? So I will do the live sessions, number one, but I also have something called Back to Business on Demand. And these are literally, they may look the same, but they're different speakers for each of these. And being able to come here and then sign up to listen to the on-demand sessions from previous Back to Business virtual conferences. So pre-record or repurposing replays is definitely something that I do and that I encourage you to do too. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to check in with me. Let me close out some of these tabbies and make a mental note to check out that domain link. I don't know what's going on there. To business. That is new. But that's technology for you. Something always doing something you do not expect. I'll check with my host in a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to the everything template because, baby, this content creation kit is going to be a game changer for you. If you want to do a bundle of, let's say, for example, books, or some of you have put together different types of products, especially with my templates. Maybe you've done workbooks or planners or even magazines. You're able to highlight your collection, clean, easy, a little bit of information at the top, drag and drop your products in the bottom, and bam, boom, save it as a PDF. You're done, right? So I like to upload my stuff to Google Drive so you can just easily click each of these, drag your cover for your book or planner or whatever, and then give them the link to download, right? I also said to you, you may want to work on a premium podcast, right? So this is the premium podcast page where you can highlight some of the places where your public podcast is available, and then you can give them the links to listen to your private podcast right here, okay? And then you can drag and drop and customize this to your liking. Now, outside of the private podcast page, we also have the speaker section. This is for the Simple Summit. So imagine you have your 7 speakers, or 5 or 4. It really is up to you. However many you don't have, you delete what you don't need, and then you just make the picture bigger to fill out the space, right? Now here, this is where you'll see the page for, this is just a simple PDF. It's going to have your cover. If you do want to have like a copyright disclaimer page, you can, or even a welcome page, because if you scroll up, you'll see that there is a copyright page, number 1, and then there's a welcome page, number 2, even a table of contents if you really want to build this thing out. Like if you do let's say you do a simple summit, and then maybe I've done this, I've asked speakers for articles, and then you include some speaker articles. Maybe you include a worksheet, and you really build it out. You can make it a really nice PDF document, okay? And let me see if I can, I'm going to really try. I'm going to try. LaShonda, brain, don't fail me now. Back to business. Let me see. Okay, collect with confidence. Okay, so this may be an example. So collect with confidence is a PDF, a cover with speakers on the front. Then here's one article. Here's the schedule. Here's another article, behind the scenes. Here are some daily directions audio to listen to. Here are some recommended books and resources. So I built this thing out with a few pages. It's got 11 pages in here. Number 1, back to business, 47 power moves. Okay, here's another example of a back to business document. 47 power moves is basically 47 sessions from these lovely, amazing speakers. I sat down, I went through the sessions, I put them into categories, right? So let's see here. Here are the sections, and then I broke it down. Here's sessions on how to set yourself up for success, wealth building sessions, online business ideas, and I basically broke the sessions down based on the topic and the speakers, right? And so each of these has at least, 3 to 5 or even a little bit more per person, okay? So really and truly, your document can be as big as you want it to be. It really is just about creativity. It really is about creativity. I have success, what is it called? Brain, don't fail me now. Success and self-confidence. So success and self-confidence is I call these compilation books. This is, I don't know how many pages, 55 pages, and it is a collection of, do I have a table of contents in here? No, I don't. But it's a collection of articles from myself and some of the amazing women who speak as part of my Back to Business virtual conference. Carol St. Carr, Pam Perry, Dr. Venus Opal Reese. It's a compilation because it's not just me. It's articles written by other women in the community, right? Some of them wrote original content, and some of them allowed me to repurpose things they had already published on their blogs and then put them into that document. So whether it's worksheets for speaker sessions, things that they can download, digital swag bags. I mean, your summit, it can be a simple pre-recorded summit, but you can build it out as much as you like. So the simple summit, this particular document has a lot of templates in there. It's 47 pages, but there are two of them. This is 47, and then the other one is 47. So that you have your cover page, number 1, and then here's the speaker page, number 2, and it is, if I don't say myself, the bee's knees. So you highlight your speakers at the top, 7, but like I said, if you have less than that, you can delete the ones you don't need. If you have more than that, you can duplicate pages and add on more speakers. Some years when I do back to business, I'll have as many as 12 speakers and be live for 12 hours, right? So it really depends on you. And you can even do panels, by the way, where you have several people, like at least 2 to 3 people, and each person is, interview style, or you're asking a question and different people are answering. The way I set this page up, it's so that you can have all of the following icons or just the ones that you need. So you put the person's picture, the name of their session, maybe a little description, or just their name. So it could be Renee, How to Build Wealth with Renee Watkins. So it doesn't have to be a lot of information here, as much or as little as you want. Then the sound icon, they click that, they go and listen to the person's session, number 1. Number 2, the website icon. Maybe you want to add a link to their website. Now, the more you can support and promote your speakers, the more they love you for free. Maybe they want to give them a gift to download. Some speakers will directly give you that digital document or whatever, and then you give it to your people. Other speakers will give you a link to a landing page because they want your people to go to their list and sign up so they get new subscribers. Then maybe you want to give them a link to their email or even their social media. If you want to change out these icons, you can, but I wanted to be able to give you a very clean, but it's a lot. It packs a punch, okay? Because within one page, or ultimately as many pages as you want, you can have a simple summit and make the PDF, give it to your audience with all the good goods, right? This is way prettier than mine. Mine's back in the day were just text and links, okay? Mine were just simple text and links, okay? But these are certainly things that you can do. Now, I'm going to check the chat to see what you guys are saying to me. But before I do, friendly reminder, this is the Everything Offer Content Creation Kit. 2 47-page, easy-to-edit Canva templates that are going to help you put your digital product packages together. So if you want to have a document where you can create a cover page, and then you can have these beautiful pages where you can showcase your products, so that you can edit the cover images and then link to either 3, 5, or up to 7 products on one page, right? You also have, outside of the copyright page, there are quite a few pages that I've tried to include in here for you. You have the ability to have a resources page. You have a stay connected page, as well as a meet the instructor page as well. So there are lots of things in here to help you build out a PDF that is representative of who you are, right? Now, some of you all have Google Drive and Dropbox, and it is dripping with content. Think about how much stuff that you could just literally grab this template and put it in here, and within 24, 48, or 72 hours, you've made a $27, $47, $97 product from this Build a Bundle challenge, okay? This you can currently find at SusanSense.com/everything. That is where the official Everything Content Creation Toolkit is going to live. Currently, you can get it as part of the Brand You Bundle for a fast action bonus just for a limited time. You can get this for free inside the brand new bundle. It's also included as part of my Black Friday bundle, for those of you who don't already have it. So, like I said, I'm going to check the chat, go back into the 7 offers that I want you to think about creating, and then we'll keep on keeping on from here. Hey, Sherry is in the virtual building. How in the world do you keep up with all that? Well, this is my 9 to 5, so I guess I just got into a space where all these processes work for me. But what I will say is, going back to the agenda, great question. FAST, that's my acronym, FAST, formulas, automation, systems, and templates. Using that trifecta, if is it a trifecta? No, it's not, because it's what, 4 letters? Using that quadruple is 4, right? Is it quad? Centuplet? No, see? Using that methodology, because that's what I usually say. Quads and triples, all the things. Using FAST, I am able to quickly create quality content and then keep it all together, right? It's just how my brain works. Because she's Superwoman. I appreciate you for that. All of my links would get fumbled, bumbled, and mumbled. Well, I just try to keep them simple, and then they stay in the brain. You know what I think it is? I replaced, back in the day, 80s, 90s, and prior to, we had to memorize numbers. I take that part of my brain that no longer has to memorize numbers and memorize all of these short links. So they are always just a few mental clicks away. But again, hopefully this session is helpful to you. Let's knock out the last 2 that I want to share with you. Number 6, simple subscription. Okay. Now, as you can tell with this content creation kit, there are so many variations for you to create PDFs full of your best content. So much so that literally you can create your own subscription program and offer at minimum 3 to 5 digital downloads to your audience. I call this a simple subscription premium newsletter, right? So not just a free newsletter, baby, it's the premium for me, where they sign up and every month you send them their digital goods. I'm going to show you an example of that in just a second. But how many of you could do this, where you can, every month, you can send them an audio or a video or a worksheet or an ebook, and you put it together, and now you have something to offer on a subscription basis. Now, simple is the key, because guess what, baby? This is not a membership account. You don't need Kajabi. You don't need course creation. All you need to do is put your digital goods in a PDF and deliver it to them on the day you say you're going to, on a month-by-month basis. Prior to, I closed it last year, I had the template club that I was doing every month, and every month I would give my subscribers 2 original templates. And I did that for a couple of years, so much so that then I was able to build a template hub with over 100 templates in there. I was like, the hub is the thing now. And I have Moneymakers Monthly, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. It's a PDF, and my subscribers get it every month. It's literally an opportunity for me to share some of those things that I have to those who are looking to work on their money-making efforts on a month-by-month basis, right? So a simple subscription. You don't have to do a membership website, no login. You don't have to go live, no virtual. Just deliver it. What can you give them? And then last but not least, the thing that I am doing with you guys right now, the weekly webinar workshop experience. Baby, how do I stay paid? My weekly webinars, right? And as a matter of fact, if you go over to citizensense.com/stay paid, you can download one of my new ebooks on how I stay paid, and I break down that methodology But one of the things I talk about in there is the weekly webinar strategy, where I am hosting 3 types of weekly webinars. Number one, I am hosting private one-on-ones with clients. Number 2, I am hosting group webinars like this one for those people who are in my monthly program, the Citizen Circle. And number 3, I am hosting pop-ups where people can participate independent of being inside of my circle. So some of them are subscription-based, some of them are one-time offers, and some of them are for private clients. But baby, between all 3, it's the consistent revenue for me, right? Either one-time or subscription-based weekly webinars for my audience, okay? And so these, like, literally are things, this is not even like my whole list, but you could sit down and come up with a webinar that you could say, hey, I am going to give you ... right? I'm going to do that. You could pre-record it. If you want to go live, you could, but you could pre-record it, right? And then give them that content. So either a one-off webinar versus a summit. Look at this list. Look at it twice. I know it's nice because if you do it right, you can work it and start bringing in either more money or your first set of revenue. Those of you who are just getting started, anything here resonate as far as something that you may want to potentially work on and put together, feel free to drop into the chat for me and let me know, okay? And then I'm going to, as you guys are checking in with me, I'm going to show you a few more examples, and then we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up with our session for today, okay? So subscriptions and weekly webinars, let's hit it. Let's go over to my drive real quick. Let's go to Moneymakers Monthly. Let's look at issue number 2. So this is Moneymakers Monthly. This is issue number 2, and I send out a new issue on the 5th of every month. It's a PDF. It includes all the things, right? Audios to listen to, articles to read. There are trainings to watch. And this is especially useful for those of you who, like myself, if you do live content all the time. For those who aren't able to invest in or participate live, you can repurpose and they can watch it on the replays side, right? So trainings for people to watch, articles to read, templates to download. I got a lot of templates, so being able to put templates in here, some of my ebooks, my Fast Cash ebook, my Morning Money ebook, they can come in here. Videos to watch. Some of the lovely ladies in my circle, right? Dawn, Janelle, Miss Turquoise Blue, listening to or watching previous sessions that I've done. I've built this out even with printable pages, right? So that they can either print them out or, use their tablet and work within these pages virtually. This is a variation. I do different things each month, but I am going into issue number 4 next. And so I'm going to show you a couple of things that are in alignment with this concept. I've been doing it for years. The first thing is engage. So sistersense.com/engage 24/7. I got distracted by the post on Euphoria. So engage 24/7. Here we go. Now, there are different ways for you to do this simple subscription concept. When I put together Engage 24/7, very similar to Money Makers, I went through my content specifically around engagement and put them into PDFs that people could purchase. For this one, though, I sat down and I made all 12 issues, put it in automation, and so someone can come here and either purchase it on a subscription basis, or so they can pay 12 months, once a month for 12 months, or they could just pay in full, right? And so I don't have to do anything with this series because all the issues are done and delivered on autopilot. Moneymakers is different in that it's not just 12 months, it's indefinitely unless I choose to stop doing it, number one. And it's also real time. Every month I'm making the issue of the month. Whereas this one, I sat down, I made all 12 issues and then put them in an autoresponder, right? The other thing I can show you is sistersense.com/MMM for Moneymakers monthly. Okay. One of the things that we've been doing in the Fresh Start program is building products, $7 solutions in ConvertKit. So literally, this is a $7 subscription where it's $7 for the month, $17 for the quarter, or $77 for the year. I love the fact that ConvertKit is a budget-friendly solution where not only can you use it to build your list, but you can also create a subscription program that is both monthly, quarterly, and or even annual if that's something that you choose to do, right? And those of you in the Fresh Start program, I showed you how to set this up when we talked about setting up your ConvertKit pages. If you are not a ConvertKit user, but you'd like to try it out through yours truly, you can always go over to sistersense.com/ConvertKit, okay? So this is not something that's hard. Being able to put together a document using this template that I showed you, right? I love the ones with the 3D mock-up covers. Those are my absolute favorite, right? So, for example, if every month you wanted to deliver a magazine issue, right? Quite a few of my clients have worked on magazines using my templates. Or if you wanted to give them a planner, worksheets, there are different style headers for you to choose from depending upon how much or what type of content you want to deliver, right? Either 3 links on a page, 5 links on a page, or up to 7 links on a page, depending upon which of these styles you choose from. And if you go, LaShonda, where is this Everything Content Creation Kit? Number one, you can go over to sistersense.com/everything. It is exclusively right now available as a free bonus. You can get it with the brand kit over at sistersense.com/brandu. If you get the brand kit or the brand bundle, I gift this to you, either as part of the brand kit or the Black Friday bundle that I have currently available. Eventually, it will be its own standalone offer. It's just not happening right now. It's exclusive through the Black Friday bundle or the brand new bundle, if you're looking for this one in particular, okay? So I wanted to be able to show you that there are several things that you can do to either sell one-time offers or subscription. So I showed you that Moneymakers Monthly is on subscription, and then sistersense.com/circle. So I said to you, every week I do webinars, and a big part of that is my Sister Sense Circle, which is basically having access to the webinars that I do every week, every month. Every virtual webinar, pop-up, challenge, workshop that I do, you get access to inside this Sister Sense Circle, which is currently $47 for those who want to get grandfathered into that rate before it goes up to $97, which is very soon. So the majority of my webinars are through this program, and I do them every single week on continuity, right? And so if you are in a position where you're looking to create digital products relatively quickly, I call these RTEs real-time experiences, right? So building a community, creating your own community is something that we've talked about quite a bit this year, and I'm going to deep dive into it next year, community building, because we're going to talk about trends, and one of the biggest trends, it's been an upward trajectory for the last couple of years, but it's really getting even more pronounced, is the necessity for digital entrepreneurs, not just coaches and consultants, but digital entrepreneurs, period, to have their own continuity subscription program. I don't care if you're using Kajabi, if you're using Patreon, baby, it's the subscription program for me, right? Interestingly enough, I had just got some stuff that I wanted from Walmart from Black Friday. I didn't have to go to Black Friday. I watched a YouTube video, and this guy was like, Black Friday, it's called Dead Friday. Ain't no cars in this damn parking lot. Nobody in the damn parking lot, because number one, half the stores, if not all of them, were closed on Thursday. So the crazy Thursday Black Friday that we used to know and love is of a past. For many reasons, that is no longer a thing. But for one of those reasons, everything is online, right? And I have Walmart Plus. I pay for that, I think, every year. And I can get stuff delivered. I mean, I miss the Black Friday craziness, the ratchetness. I miss being able to sit or, on and stand with the shopping cart, my baby sitting in the cart, and my hand is on a $49 appliance because I'm waiting for them to cut the plastic and let me get my damn box. I miss those days. But guess what? Whether it be Walmart Plus or Patreon or Amazon, everybody got some sort of subscription. So, baby, we're definitely going to be digging into that more for those of you who are in the community. If you're thinking about it, now's the best time to sign up to the circle as you get access to all the virtual sessions that I do on a monthly basis. But the point is, you have the ability to create simple one-time or subscription-based offers if that is something that you would like to do to generate consistent revenue, okay? So let's do it. Let's knock out this training for today. And, of course, if you have any final questions or comments for me, feel free to drop those into the chat. So, irresistible offers that we discussed: easy ebooks, best of bundles, everything offers, private podcast playlists, simple summits, simple subscriptions, and weekly webinar workshops. Now, as I mentioned that, I realized I didn't show you what the weekly webinar workshop template looks like. So much to share. I almost forgot that one. Okay, I think it's coming up. Yep, okay. So if you're like, I want to do my webinars and be able to sell them and put them in a PDF, here's the template that I've created for that, so that you can have the description for your webinars. You can literally put a screenshot, and then you can click, they can click to wherever they can watch the training. Me personally, I like to upload my videos to YouTube as unlisted, so they're not publicly searchable on YouTube, and people can watch the replay that I give the link to. Some of my clients upload to Vimeo, but I like YouTube, right? I've been using the platform, excuse me, that particular platform to upload my videos, both public and private, for years. There are 2 pages. Yes. So one, this is the main one, if you want to put together like a set of 3 webinars for someone to watch. Maybe it's just 3 different webinars. Maybe it's like a series, or maybe you did a 3-day. I do a lot of 3-day webinar workshops. My Fire Start Your Year in-person workshop is in North Carolina, is coming up, if you want to early register for that in January. And then I also do the virtual as well. So I could literally say, okay, here's day 1, day 2, day 3, and then click and watch the replays, right? Now, you can use this one, but you don't necessarily have to give them a bundle of videos. You could give them a bundle with just one webinar. So the first link is to watch the webinar. Maybe the second link is to download a resource guide from the webinar. Now, oftentimes when I do webinars, I will share tools that I recommend. Maybe you give them a freebie download or a list of recommended tools or a link. So if I may say, we're talking about creating digital products. Click here to sign up to ConvertKit. Click here to sign up to Samcart. And those are tools that I use, but I'm also connected to as an affiliate. So when people sign up through me, I make money, right? So you could add here affiliate links, free bonuses, other things that you want to say, hey, now that you've got this webinar, click here to join my community. So one of the things that I do to proactively get people to sign up to my programs is, outside of saying sign up to the Sisters N Circle, I give them what? TTOs, taste tester offers. Some of you are already in the circle. Some of you are a part of my email community, and I gave y'all the opportunity to jump on, pop in, and check out, right? And so it's an opportunity for me to either offer a free pop-up, right, or to sell it as I could have sold this. I could have said, hey, sign up to today's training on 7 ways to create 7 types of offers in 72 hours, and here, sign up for $37, $47, $27, $97. I could have sold it as its own thing, and then also said, by the way, if you do want to participate in my trainings every week, every month, click here to join the circle, right? So you could, those of you who have community groups, outside of just saying join my community, offer certain one of your sessions for free or at a reduced rate as a one-time offer. Those are what I call my TTOs, my taste tester offers, okay? So I just remembered that I forgot to share that with you. Again, there are a lot of styled pages in here. There's the simple set, which is 47 pages. Simple in that if you are like, listen, LaShonda, I don't got all that stuff, and you just want to keep it simple with header graphics of maybe a stock photo or of you, or maybe a simple graphic with no photos at all, maybe like just this laptop situation, simple pages to create your bundled packaged documents for all the things that you're going to deliver to your client in that PDF. This is the simple version, and the sexy version. The sexy version has all of these mock-ups that you can use. And I mentioned that on average, adding mock-ups and visuals can increase your sales by 20 to 30%, as seen by Amazon, and them creating the A+ content where people can up-level their print-on-demand pages by adding more visuals, right, to improve conversions. So whether you want to highlight speakers, right, so we talked about how you could use this to highlight speakers for an event, highlight some of your downloadable books and printables. You can even use this to share some of your favorite podcasts that you have put together and put it into a bundle. There are quite a few things that you could put into the Everything Content Creation Kit that I've created for you. Any questions about that, definitely feel free to check in with me. The last thing that I'm going to do is encourage you to work on doing, right? So this is actually a part of the Finish Strong webinar series that I've been sharing this week and will continue to share for the next few days. This is also about being able to not just proactively brainstorm ideas, but actually implement. So in the last session, I shared the 10 Days of Doing Challenge, which is actually a little piece of what I call 100 Days of Doing. If you could carve out 10 days, could you do any of the following? Number 1, offer a deal a day. Proactively sell something in some way over a 10-day period. Number 2, spend 10 days offering consultations. It's a great way to connect with potential customers and get to know exactly what they want from you. Number 3, work on your short-form content, spending 10 days creating short-form videos for TikTok and Reels. I spent 10 days doing this last year, and I went from a few subscribers to now close to 2,000 subscribers by proactively creating more content on that platform. Could you spend 10 days doing a live stream or creating YouTube content, proactively emailing your audience, or using social media at least 60 minutes or a few minutes a day in some way, right? This is about finding one thing that you can intentionally do to connect with new people and or create deeper connections with the people that you serve. I shared this particular challenge a few days ago, and outside of challenging you to think about one particular irresistible offer that you could produce within 72 hours, I also wanted you to think about doing proactively the things that you need to do when it comes to marketing, selling, and building your audience online. So I truly hope that today's session has been helpful to you. Any questions or final comments, feel free to share them with me. And as you do, friendly reminder, the Elevate Black Friday bundle is at sistersense.com/elevate. My daily deals you can find at sistersense.com/daily deals. And in addition to the templates that you saw today for the content creation kit, I'm also working on some really beautiful Canva websites that you can dig into as well as part of brand new pages at sistersense.com/BUP. As a matter of fact, before we go, I will show you one of them, which is the Daily Deals page. I actually updated this today. It's so super easy. It's built in Canva. I created this template looking at some of my favorite e-commerce platforms and how their holiday sales pages were put together. And you could literally get this template from me either in the Black Friday bundle, or you could just get the brand new pages by itself. But look, you've got links at the top. I love, love, love it. This morning, I added the replay from the Finish Strong training that we did 2 days ago. You can add links, you can add pictures, you can edit the video, you can add YouTube videos here, and you can even have a menu, right? So showcasing your products, highlighting whatever you want, like my upcoming virtual, or rather this is my North Carolina event, giving people even the opportunity to read your content. So if you have a blog or you post on social media, you can have little highlights here and then link to that content, all built in Canva. Even if you don't have hosting or a website, baby, you can get this template, customize it, and literally create something that is useful to you and your people too. And of course, being able to highlight your newsletter as well as information about you. So each of these are clickable. It'll take you to the section in that document. Super easy to edit, and it's mobile friendly so that people can look at it on their tablets, laptops, and smartphone mobile devices. That, of course, is at sistersense.com/BUP for brand new pages. It's one of several inside of the new Canva Pages template collection that I have put together for you, especially those of you who either don't know how to use WordPress or Squarespace or all those things, or you're looking for something that is budget friendly. You don't have to pay for hosting or all the other things to be able to put together some clean websites for your audience. So your PDFs, your pages, your products, these are things that I want to be able to create tools and resources to help you around. And of course, as you're going through these, if you need extra help or clarity from me, feel free to check in, send emails at sistersense@gmail.com. Email me, send me a voice message, whatever you need to do. Check in, and I'll do my best to support you. So as we're wrapping up, I just want to check the chat, final questions and comments, and then we will be done for today. I think I want to offer a half-day VIP day with my DISC assessment and coaching. Any thoughts of offerings, maybe just the assessment, a recorded assessment for them, pre-recorded analysis, and coaching as a half a day? Is that enough choices? Absolutely. My goal here is that it can be 3, 5, 7, or even more, because you could duplicate those pages in sets of 3, 5, or 7. But really and truly, the idea is to think about, number one, sexy. Like, what are the things that people absolutely love from you? And number two, complementary. What are those things that you've produced that can complement that content? So whatever it is in your assessment, do you have other things that can really add and beef up the value so people are like, oh my gosh, this is really great. I'm getting all these things from you. Is the January retreat part of any of the bundles, or where do I go to sign up? Great question. So the January retreat, there are two ways that you can actually sign up for that. It's firestartyouryear.com, so you can register directly from that website. There is a limited time reduced rate for that, but it is ending very soon. It's a part of the Elevate Black Friday bundle, okay? So it's not a part of the immediate bundle, because the bundle includes several things. Number one, it includes the templates that I've put together for the brand new pages, the brand new brand kit, as well as the everything content creation kit that I've been showing you today. It also includes access to me. You get 10 one-on-one clarity calls with me, plus access to my Digital Boss Academy and basically the training on demand. So all the things that we've been doing inside of Sizzle Sense this year, if you've missed any of it, you get all of it as a bonus, right? That's number one. That's the Elevate Black Friday bundle. Now, you do have the opportunity to add things onto the bundle. Like if you wanted to lock in being a part of the Sizzle Sense Circle for $47 versus $97, you could do that, number one. If you wanted to attend the workshop, you could get a reduced rate on the Firestart Your Year registration here and get several $100s off if you add that to this. So essentially, you'd have the opportunity to work with me directly, get access to all the templates and bundles that I've put together right now, and get a ticket to the Firestart Your Year at a reduced rate. Again, you could purchase it separately at sizzlesense.com or firestartyouryear.com, or you can add it on here for a few $100s off registration. And if you wanted me to help you work on your print-on-demand products, I have several projects that I would literally set up for you. Normally, it's $495 and you get $200 off if you add that onto your bundle as well. So there are quite a few things in here. There are lots of things that I've got going on for the holiday season. You can find those here at sizzlesense.com/daily deals. And if you're looking specifically for my Elevate Black Friday bundle, that is at sizzlesense.com/elevate. I'm a New Yorker, so I know I talk fast. But, of course, if there's something here that you want or you're not clear about, you can always email me or send me a voice message. Do you recommend different webinars or repeat the same ones on a weekly or monthly basis? Oh, my God, that is such a good question. That is such a good question. I have to screenshot that, like, seriously. Because I recommend all of the above. Let me explain. I do pretty much all of them on some level. The Sister Sense Sunday Circle I do every Sunday. Every Sunday we talk about three things. How to make offers, number one. How to share a message with your audience, number two. And create at least one piece of content. That is the fundamental structure of the Sister Sense Circle, and we repeat it every single Sunday. Now, of course, the conversation may be slightly different once we get into the nuts and bolts, but that's the structure for every single Sunday, number one. Do you do different ones? Absolutely. So every month, I do something different for the mastermind. The mastermind is twice a month, right? So I may spend 1 month on video marketing, another month on email marketing, another month on social media content. So I have a special theme, and I will do that differently month by month. But guess what? I also have seasonal topics. So, for example, finish strong, start stronger. The annual planning, fire start your year. Those are seasonal, and I do those every year on repeat. Some of the things that we talk about are fundamental, foundational things that I'm going to say, and then I will talk about things that may be trending or relevant or new because things change, right? So depending upon the topic or the type of webinar I'm doing, I may be talking about something because it's seasonal, it's on my calendar, and I always talk about it at that particular time of the year, or it's certain days where I talk about the same thing, like this is a Sense Sunday Circle, or it's a different month, so I do a different topic. And while I do come up with my monthly topics at least 60 to 90 days in advance, whether I just come up with a topic that I feel like I want to teach, or it's just a topic I have to teach because that is what the topic is, like content to cash flow or print your profits. It's print your profits month, so that's what I have to teach, right? There are times when energetically people will say, hey, LaShonda, I need help with this. And then I go, everybody's asking me about branding. So guess what? We're going to do brand you this whole month, right? Or AI. AI is all the rage. So it's like, okay, everybody's talking about AI. So guess what? We're going to do AI all this month. So depending upon what people ask me for or what's happening in the industry, I will switch up things to make it so that it's relevant and it resonates for that time period. But a lot of it is coming from just staples that I do every month. Every month I do my mastermind. Every month I do my Sunday Circle. Every quarter I have a quarterly workshop. Fire start your year in January. Spring into action in the spring. Then we have contents to cash flow in the summer and print your profits for quarter 4. Those are my staples. And I always say, I get it. It sounds awesome because it's all laid out, but that was several years in the making. I can now tell you to be mindful of possibly coming up with things that maybe you want to do on an annual, quarterly, or monthly basis. But I didn't do that all at once. It took me time to develop this process, right? So hopefully that's helpful. That was a really good question. Anyone have any other questions for me, feel free to drop those into the chat. Outside of that, you can always email me, citizensense@gmail.com. Or when you're on the citizensense.com website, click the gray tab on the right to send me a question. Okay? Just wanted to make sure that if you need anything else, I got you. Like I said, I am going to continue to work through the Finish Strong, Start Stronger experience. You'll probably hear from me quite a bit going into the new week with some more of these sessions. And of course, if anything else comes up, definitely let me know, and I'll do my best to point you in the right direction. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Take care. Mwah. Bye.